Oh, let's get started. We're getting a little bit of a late start. Sorry about that. But I've been saying this week I really have nothing except for, if you take the time to be quiet, that really helps me a lot. So let's just do that. Turn inward and just breathe. And really pay attention to how the breath feels. Use all of your senses as maybe you can, instead of using your eyes, just visually picture it in your mind's eye as the breath moves in and out. Keep reminding myself that I have to trust that this is what is supposed to happen. And I trust that goodness might take over eventually, prevail in the end. And if you really take the time to just look for the good in other people, that's always a great thing for them and for you. Please bring hands, heart center. And just set an intention to be present with yourself, with others that are like-minded when you feel like you're overwhelmed. And look for the grace that's always there. Please open your eyes. Stretch your arms up. Go super tall through your sits bones. And bring your right hand down and just engage a little arc. Stretch. And then reach up and switch. Good. And then just kind of bring your other hand so you're kind of centered over your left knee. That stretch. Walk your hands to the middle, possibly. Stretch there. And center on the right knee. Trying to get all the hips. Oh my gosh, Mike. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, twist now to your right. Just a few of the stickiness out. Stickiness in the hips and the core. Good. And stretch up. Switch. Good. And then coming back to center, go ahead and come to all fours. And just work through some cow and cat using your breath, being very observant. And then pause. And right where your hands are, just bring your elbows down, interlace your hands. Draw your shoulder blades on the back, but then broaden your clavicles and press down so you feel really strong in the shoulders. And then if you feel like it, you can just curl your toes under and lift your knees for dolphin pose. Another good shoulder stretch. You can walk your dolphin out if that's feeling good. And then go ahead and lower your knees. Bring your hands back to where your shoulder or your elbows were. Bring them maybe forward a little bit and come on up to down dog. Spreading the weight on the hands. Same action in your shoulders. See if you can hold it for like 5 more breaths. Try to lengthen the back of your neck a little bit and then let your head drop slightly. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet. You might have to bend the knees a little bit. Just really get grounded through your feet. So the weight's right in the middle. You can always re-straighten the legs. Think sits bones back and apart. Again, just breathing. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Just standing. Good. I want you to feel really grounded through your feet. And we're going to do a couple of balance things. So I want you to feel like you're in a good stance. And what you're going to do is just one foot comes forward, taps, and back. So toe taps. And see if you can get your feet so you feel centered. You don't lose balance. Just keep going. Your feet come back to the same spot. You shift the weight easily. You're not walking forward or back. balance is, as we get older, super important. Some people notice, when you're doing this, that you have a tendency to do different things with one side opposed to the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now look down at your feet. Have you shifted on the mat at all? Are you centered? Maybe. Good. And now you're going to do side stretches. So you just lift one foot to the side, come on in, lift the other foot. You can use your arms to balance if you want. You don't have to lift as high as you can. Just kind of notice your balance. Feel grounded. I always have to look at the floor in front of me just to keep my eyes from moving too much. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Again, look at your feet. Oh, I have one kind of in front of the other. Straighten them out. Now just bring your elbows by your side, palms up. And you're just going to lift one knee and then the other, but you turn so that your knee centers between your hands. So like that. This one's harder. So just kind of go at your own pace. You don't have to go as fast as I am. Remember, balancing starts with your core. Really have to feel like as your foot comes down, you spread that weight evenly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And stretch your arms up. Nice stretch. Close your eyes for a moment here and just feel how grounded you are through your feet. Good. Now open your eyes and fold forward again. And walk your hands back out to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come to a plank pose. Run your clavicles again. Think really strong, long back of neck. And then either lower your knees to lower down or lower down to the mat. Stretch your feet long. And just lift to cobra 3 times with your breath. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep thinking long spine as you do. One more time. And then push back to all fours and grab your blocks under your hands. You decide what height you want them at. I'll put mine at the lower height. Then come to downward facing dog again. On the blocks. Give yourself a little lift. And then walk your feet up between the blocks. Every chance you get, just notice the weight spread on your feet. Feel the balance. What can you do to help make that feel more secure? And then step your right foot back to deep lunge. Just take a moment to feel that stretch. Check to see if your alignment's good. So heel, knee, sits bone line up. And go ahead and lower the back knee. And slowly come on up to anjaneyasana. Stretching out your hip flexor, really feeling everything securely planted, especially that left foot and right knee, hugging to the midline. One more breath. And touch down. Lift the back knee and step back. Downward facing dog. Extend the right leg and then step it through to deep lunge. And take a moment to feel the stretch on that side. Check your alignment. And then lower the back knee. Anjaneyasana. And inhale. And exhale, touch down. This time, lift the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Extend the left leg. Stretch on the back of your right leg and step it through deep lunge. Good. Step forward, forward fold. And come all the way up to standing. You can bring your blocks with you. And I'm going to have you all turn towards, towards Herky and Sai and take a wide stance. You at home, you can turn whichever way you want. And then just place the blocks behind your ankle or your heels. So they're kind of out of your way, but not so much. Good. And then stretch your arms up in this wide stance. Like that. And then bringing your arms to T, turn your right foot and leg out and bend into a warrior two. Now, again, I want you to just focus on the balance. So do you feel weight in both feet evenly? You want to keep your center of gravity in the middle. And then just breathe. One more breath. And then on the inhale, stretch the arms up, straighten your leg and switch. So we'll switch the orientation of your feet. Bend into the left knee, arms out. Check your balance. And breathe. One more breath. On your inhale, sweep the arms up, turn the left foot in, and this time just fold forward on the exhale. Parsvakonasana. Again, if you didn't even use your hands, would you be centered in your feet? Just notice that. And is the weight kind of balanced on all parts of your foot? Couple breaths there. And then on your next inhale, come all the way up to standing, sweep your arms up again. And exhale, turn your right foot out again. Come into warrior two. Now bring your left hand to your hip, your right elbow to your knee. Turn your belly and chest forward. Parsvakonasana. Now, if that doesn't feel deep enough for you, your block's there. You can always grab a hold of that. And then bring your left arm up and over Utthita Parsvakonasana. Do you feel centered? You didn't even use your hand at all. Do you feel weight in both feet, lengthening your spine? You don't. Good. Inhale, stretch the arm up, come back up, sweep the arms up, turn, and switch the orientation of your feet. Warrior two. Right hand to the hip this time. Left hand, elbow to the knee or hand to the block. Think. Turn belly and chest, keeping centered. Stretch the arm up and over Parsvakonasana. Really feeling your breath. The back foot just as balanced as the front, even though all the weight's kind of leaning over the front foot. Can you juice up that back leg? Good. Inhale, sweep up. Warrior two, straighten the leg. Arms stretch up. Feeling balanced. Fold forward again. Check your feet. Are your arches engaged? Arms back and up. Good. Next inhale. Sweep all the way up. Stretch the arms up. Back to the right foot and leg turning out. Warrior two. Good. Now just reach down and find the block. You might have to bring it to the higher height because you're going to just straighten the front leg to trikonasana. I want you to feel like it's a good stretch and you can still stay balanced because even if you didn't use the hand on the block, I want you to feel like you're super balanced, maybe even stretch both arms forward. Your belly and chest are gazing forward. Good. Touch the block. Stretch the left arm up. Stay for one more breath. And inhale, come back up. Bend into the knee, warrior two. Inhale, sweep the arms up, switch the orientation of your feet. Warrior two to the left. Reach down, find the block at the level you want. Think really stay grounded, especially for that back foot. Straighten the left leg. Trikonasana. You can stretch both arms forward if you're feeling really stable and balanced. Just try it. Good. Stretch the arms back. And just breathe. One more breath. And on the exhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten the legs, sweep the arms up, turn the foot forward. And last time, prasarita. Wide-legged forward fold. And then just heel toe your feet towards each other to come to a regular forward fold. And then grab your blocks and come on up to standing. Now I'm going to have you bring the blocks so you're facing forward right in the middle of the mat so you can see me. Now, if this is, we're going to balance on these blocks, the same things that we just did, only you don't have here up higher. So if that seems too scary for you, just do it again on the floor. But if you want to try it on the blocks, just step on, feel your core, point the toe forward, you don't touch it down, and bring it back. If you can point the toe though, I always want to flex. I had someone fall off the blocks. So if you don't feel stable, please don't do it on the blocks. Luckily, they didn't hurt themselves. It was my friend Angie fell off. I shouldn't say that. She's probably going to watch this later. Good. Feels different, but a lot the same. And you really have to be careful that you bring your feet back right to the same spot. Good. Now switch to the side ones. Yeah. If you get on the outside of the block, it tips. Feel stable. You don't have to go that fast. You can go whatever pace works for you. Good. Now pause. Hands by your side or elbows by your side and start. Mm-hmm. Our goal is to not ever feel unstable, right? One more time each side. Good. Stretch up. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself even higher and how you feel so grounded and supported. Good. Open your eyes, bring hands to heart center, and step off. Now grab your blocks and come to the front of your mat again. One block on either side because we're going to do some step throughs. If you don't want to use blocks, that's fine too. It's a little easier to do those step throughs with blocks. And we're just going to flow through those same poses we did, but I might add one more at the end, okay? So inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Step your right foot back. Deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. And staying balanced, sweep up, warrior two. Now that you have that idea of being super balanced through your feet, it feels like a different pose, right? Really nice, you guys. One more breath. And windmill down. Turn the back heel up and step back. Down dog. Inhale to plank on the blocks. Exhale, push up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg. And exhale, step it through, deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. Staying balanced, windmill up, warrior two. Feel the balance. Feel the core supporting you. One more breath. And windmill down. Turn the back heel up and step forward. Inhale to pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. And we'll just keep going here. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And step the left foot back, deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. Either keep the right hand on the block, left hand to the hip, or elbow to the knee. Think. I want to stay grounded through the feet, but maybe turn my belly and chest forward and the arm if you'd like. Keep that balance feeling. One more breath. Reach that left hand forward as it touches down. Turn your back heel up. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, push up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Ground the back foot down. Take your time transitioning either elbow to the knee. Add the arm if you want. Feel the balance. Feel the strength in your core. Lengthen the back of your neck. One more breath. And reach that right hand forward to touch down. Turn the back heel up. And a big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And keep going. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And right foot steps back. Ground the back foot down. Right hand to the hip. Your block's right there. You can change the height. Turn your belly and chest, straighten the left leg. Trikonasana. Feel the balance. One more breath. Bend the front knee, reach the right hand to the block, turn the back heel up, step back, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, step it through, deep lunge. Ground the back foot down, left hand to the hip. Take your time just setting up, really feeling balanced, and then straighten the right leg. Extend the left arm if you're feeling it. Maybe check your balance by getting lighter on your right fingertips or even taking the right hand up. One more breath. Bend the right knee, touch the left hand down, and step back. Downward facing dog, and just move your blocks to the side for a moment. And I'm gonna give you an option here. You can take child's pose or you can do vinyasa with me. So inhale to plank if you're doing vinyasa. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. And everyone, push all the way back to a child's pose. First child's pose of the day. So don't let your mind start to wander. Just stay present. Notice the stretch in your ankles, your hips, and your knees. Soften your jaw. And then coming back up, move the blocks back under your hands and come to a downward facing dog. And walk your feet up to your hands, forward fold. I'm gonna turn my blocks to the medium height and bring them forward of the outside of my feet, about 12 inches or so. You might have to adjust them. And then we're gonna flow through one more pose. So inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feeling balance through your feet. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hold. Pranam. And fold. Bring your hands to your blocks. Step your right foot back a little bit and then turn that foot out as you bend your left knee. Bring your right hand to your hip. Now you kind of know where we're going. Press into that left foot. Get the weight right in the middle. So if you need to adjust your block, you can, and then lift that right leg up. Ardha, chandrasana. I want you to just feel the balance. Feel the core. You might have to move that right leg forward or back or somewhere where it can feel like you're really balanced through your left foot and leg. Lengthen your spine. Good. And reach that right hand to the block and touch the right foot down. Ooh. What's that, sciatica? Oh, you okay? Okay, other side. So left foot steps back a little bit, just enough to ground that foot down, bend the right knee, bring the left hand to the hip. Ask yourself, is the weight centered in my right foot so much so that I can maybe lift the left leg? And then I have to play with the location of the left leg. Make sure it's keeping me centered. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen the back of your neck. Ardha, chandrasana, half moon. Good. Reach the left hand to the block. Square up your hips and bring the left foot down. Good. Turn your toes out a little bit so you can come down to a deep squat or whatever variation feels good to you. And then reach your hands behind you so you can sit down. Kind of try to come to the middle of your mat and stretch your legs out long. Now, if it feels like you're trying to round your back here to stay centered, draw your legs into the socket more or sit on a blanket. That could help too. Bend your right knee. Interlace your hands. Now, you can stay here, which if you tighten your hips, I recommend. Or if you want more stretch, you can bring the foot across and then just pull back and up to lengthen your spine. And then keeping either your hand on the knee or grabbing it with the elbow, twist to your right. Your right hand can come behind you. Stay long in your core. Feel the twist in your core, but you'll feel a big stretch in your hip, right? Good, and unwind. Just bring the ankle over your thigh where it is. Feel that stretch. And if it feels good and you want a little bit more, bring the knee across to stack knee on knee. Your foot's grounded for half gomukasana. So think sits bones grounded, long spine, and then maybe fold over. Only to a spot that feels like a good stretch for you. And then coming back up, unwind, and we'll switch. So hinge your left knee. Either keep it here in line with your sit bone, or if you want more stretch, bring it across. Pull back and up so you can feel yourself lengthen out of the sits bones. And then engage the twist. And unwind. Stack knee on knee if you want, or, oops, I'm sorry. First ankle across thigh, and you can stay here if you think, oh, that's enough stretch for me, or if you want more, you bring it across and Be very mindful. The hip creases stay parallel. And then you fold. And then come on up. Unwind. I forgot to have you guys grab a belt. If you have one at home, grab any kind of belt. I'm going to grab one for these guys. You've got one, don't you? Okay. There you go, ma'am. Grab this one. And then go ahead and lay on your back with your knees bent. And you're just going to take your belt and loop it over the arch of your foot. And then hold either side with, or hold both sides with one side with the right hand, one side with the left hand is what I meant. And then just give a little hold down. Think of that balanced foot action. Now you might have to move the foot away from you a little bit because I want you to extend your left leg and ground it down. Now, if that is totally impossible, you can just keep the knee bent. And then just kind of make a little circle, just grounding that hip into the socket. Good. And then grab both ends of the belt with your right hand and bring your left hand off to the side. And just slowly allow your right leg to come off to the right, but I really want you to focus on keeping the left arm and the left leg grounded. So as soon as you get to a spot where it feels like they want to come up, you just pause there. Notice that stretch. Ooh, there it is. We did a lot of wide-legged stuff, so maybe it's easier than it typically is. Good, and then bring that up to center. Switch hands now. So hold the belt, both ends with the left hand. Bring your right hand off to the side and just bring the foot across your body a little bit till you feel that IT band achiness feeling. Yeah, there it is. Keeping the hips square, the hip creases in a single line. Good. And now go ahead and keep that right arm grounded and left leg grounded as you let the right hip lift and bring the leg across. So your core will be in a twist. Your left foot and leg might turn out because it's like your right hip is stacked on your left. But you don't let the right shoulder or arm come up. Oh, that's a deep outer hip stretch. Good. And then come on back to center. Hold both ends of the belt again and just reach up with your left foot and grab it with your arch of that foot, and then see about getting to a spot where you can extend the right leg and really ground it down. So if the foot's further away from you, that's perfect. If it's closer, ground it into the socket. I like to make a little circle just to tell myself, oh yeah, it's real, that ball and socket is grounded. And then hold both ends with the left hand. I always like my arm full length. My right arm comes out to the side, keeping the right leg and arm grounded to allow the leg to come to the left, just to the spot where you can keep Your right shoulder grounded, your right leg grounded. Your core is holding you there. And bringing it back up. Ooh, switch hands. And just so the left arm comes out to the side, just bring it across so you feel that IT band achiness stretch. Oh, man. And then keeping the right leg grounded, the left arm and shoulder grounded. Allow the left hip to lift and the leg to come across. And breathe. We get so tight in our outer hips. And then come on back up. Release the belt. Bring your feet under your knees. Bring your arms to, bring your feet wide is what I meant to say on the mat. Your arms in goalpost or T. And just entertain a few windshield wipers. Just allowing your back loosen up a bit. Where it feels like a good stretch. And then the next time your knees are up, just hug them into your chest. And then laying back down, bring the feet down. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Let's see if this stretch, or this is butterfly or Supta Baddha. So see if this stretch is a little easier after all that wide-legged stuff we did. And go ahead and close your knees and stretch out for Shavasana. And ask yourself, is this a position that you can really allow yourself to relax in? If not, find a better position. I always have to get my shoulder blades underneath so that I can allow my arms and hands to rest. Sometimes we want to control our legs. I just want you to let them open to wherever it feels like you can rest them completely. Your hips, your knees, your ankles, your feet. And utilizing your breath. Use it as a tool to help you relax deeper and deeper. I'll share these. This blessing from Julia Cameron. My heart is a deep lake of loving kindness. I count myself fortunate to hold tenderness within my soul. I forgive myself my fears, frailties, and failures. I am compassionate toward myself in times of turbulence and change. I remind myself that I am a gentle soul and that I have need of cherishing. I treat myself as I wish others would treat me. I treat others as they wish to be treated. I allow myself in times of difficult and demanding strife that I am loved and lovable, that I am worthy and respected. I do not allow temporary anxiety to distort my view of the whole. I gently seek the blessings in all difficulty while I am compassionate to myself for my lingering doubts and fears. I remind myself that my life is in the care of God and that it is unfolding with beauty and harmony. So as you start to notice your breath again, just feel the aliveness within your body, using all your senses. You can sense that feeling of being alive. It's good to be alive, right? Start to move ways. Taking your time, pushing back on up to seated. Please bring hands to heart center. So happy that I get to experience your beautiful souls in my life. Appreciate it. Namaste. Thank you guys at home for being here too. Have a fabulous weekend.